Man, he's a poised quarterback. Uh, he's running the show, man. I love to see it. He's definitely the Broncos quarterback of the future, man. You know when a guy got it, that it factor. You know when he got it or not. I've seen him on TV yesterday talking about just how they move on from quarterbacks too quick. But I'm like, you know if he got it or not from the jump. You know if he got that it. If he can be an extension of the head coach and grab his group and inject that confidence into them guys, man. It's the guys know if he got it or not, and Bo Nix has it.
Hello, and thank you for joining us this week here on Broncos and Bourbon. I am your host, Phil Milani. Got a great episode this week in store for you as Aqib Talib joins us. The personality, larger than life, and a tremendous football player. Played for the Broncos for 4 seasons in his 12-year career. And a guy who in the locker room you went to for some honest answers. And he was really a leader of that no-fly zone because he really set the edge, set the mentality for that team. And there's just a toughness and a confidence that came with Aqib Talib. And that certainly comes through in this interview, and we talked about that. We talked about all kinds of different things. Bo Nix, we talked about Pat Surtain, what he loves about his game. Even talked a little bit about Travis Hunter just playing offense and defense. And I think his answer about whether or not Travis can do that at the NFL level, that might be a little bit surprising. And then we got into this Ravens team a little bit. How do you defend Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry? We got some good ideas here from Aqib Talib. And then we also talked to him, of course, about that Super Bowl 50 team. He shares a Peyton Manning story that I think that you'll enjoy. So I hope that you really enjoy this conversation because Aqib Talib, one of my favorite players that I ever covered, and really just a personality that it's contagious. You can't help but smile when you're chatting with Aqib Talib. So I hope you enjoy the conversation. The nightcap afterward is Russell Reserve 10. It's aged for 10 years. So stick around for the bourbon review on the other side. But with that, let's get to my conversation with the leader of the no-fly zone, Aqib Talib. Aqib, thank you so much for joining the program. It's great to catch up with you here. How have you been?
I've been great. Man. Trying to stay busy, getting back into this media thing, enjoying the time with the family, of course. I've been good, though.
Tell me a little bit about the media role here with I Am Athlete Daily.
It's Brandon Marshall's platform. I Am Athlete. He kind of let it die down a little bit for a couple years, but he rolling it back out now, and it's going good, man. It's kind of three little phases to it. It's a I Am Athlete on the go, where we go to games, kind of be in the locker room post game, in the press conferences post game, on the field before the game. Just give you that that live interaction. He got the I Am Athlete podcast, and also we got I Am Athlete Daily, which is a daily show. It'll turn to a daily show. We're doing it twice a week right now, kind of getting it all together. But it'll turn to a daily show where we cover basically all sports.
And you enjoy doing that? You like being involved in the game this way, talking about what you're seeing?
Oh, definitely, man. I love football. I love sports in general. So anytime I can, put some headphones on and talk and get paid for it, Phil, I'm with it, man. I love sports that much. So I get up in the morning and talk about it, of course.
You mentioned your family. I bet your kids are getting older now, and they're all involved in sports, I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely, man. We just had a playoff game. My 11-year-old, we just had a playoff game this past Sunday. We lost in the playoffs, but man, he just had an amazing season. My 6-year-old has a playoff game coming up this Sunday. They won their game, so they still in there, man. My older two, they died out from the sports. They in the working world now, so they getting to it. They seniors. They finna graduate here coming up. So they doing all the college applications and all those things, man. So I'm excited.
Wow, what an exciting time, man. Congratulations on all
Appreciate
of that stuff. Let me talk to you about this year's Broncos team. I mean, 5-3 here.
Yeah.
Maybe a surprise to some people. What do you think about this squad?
Man, this squad is I feel like they got their head down. They're not listening to none of the outside noise, and they just grinding, man. They grinding. Bo Nix doing a great job leading this team, man. But first, I feel like it started at the top, man. Sean Payton, he injects confidence into his teams. I knew he would do it. I kind of talked about it when we did the live the cast. Me, Chris, and James Palmer did the cast on for the
Yeah.
preseason game. I kind of talked about what I thought Sean Payton would do for the team, and he's doing it, man. He injecting that confidence. The guys are behind him. They believe in that message, and you can just see they grinding, man. They ain't worried about what nobody say about that team.
You played for a lot of great head coaches. I mean, Bill Belichick, Gary Kubiak, Sean McVay. How do great coaches like that really let their personality, show through the team?
Man, I think they stand in front of the team early in the year, training camp or OTAs or whatever, and some guys either hold the attention of them grown men with that message, and some guys just lose the attention of those grown men with their message. And I done been around both. I've been around coaches who had guys sitting up in their seat like, "Hey, we can actually be good," and I've been around coaches where guys texting and playing around, and he just don't have the attention. And I don't know what it is, Phil. It's like an alpha male getting in front of the room. I don't know what that it is, but some coaches have that it where they get your attention and they really inject that confidence in you and how you feeling like we didn't do nothing last year, right? But we could actually be a pretty good team. It's all about that message that coach delivers, man. And Sean Payton do a great job of it. Been doing a great job of it.
Yeah, these guys are playing with a lot of confidence, especially
Yeah.
Bo Nix. I mean, he's coming off his best game of the season against the Panthers. What do you see
Mhm.
about his game? Because it feels like he doesn't always look like a rookie out there.
He exactly, that's what it is. He real mature. I mean, he's an older guy. He played a lot of football games in college, so I think you could see that experience, man. Nothing beats in game experience. So that's how you get better as a player, and he did it on a high level. So you can just see that confidence, that experience. A lot of the situations he's that's coming upon him, he's been in them before. So man, he's a poised quarterback. Uh, he's running the show, man. I love to see it. He's definitely the Broncos quarterback of the future, man. You know when a guy got it, that it factor. You know when he got it or not. I've seen him on TV yesterday talking about just how they move on from quarterbacks too quick. But I'm like, if he got it or not from the jump. If he got that it. If he can be an extension of the head coach and grab his group and inject that confidence into them guys, man. It's the guys know if he got it or not, and Bo Nix has it.
Really, like I know you played obviously with Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I mean, some
Right.
great quarterbacks here. What is it? What is that if factor? And do other guys in the locker room know if the quarterback has that?
Man, the other guys in the locker room definitely know. It's small conversations going on in that locker room. Like, man, he got it, or man, he don't have it. So I think that it's just that confidence, man. That leadership, that you get in the huddle and he called that play, and it got to be a certain confidence about it. Like, man, hey, we finna execute this play the way we want to execute it. And for a guy on defense, just playing against those guys in practice and OTAs and things like that, you can just feel it, man. You can feel when that offense could be for real, or you feel like, oh, our offense ain't really doing nothing, or you feel like, hey, we could be nice, and that injects energy to the defense. So if they feel like they can win, the offense feel like they can win, man. You 5-3 halfway through the season, and you the Broncos right now. So it's all about a vibe to me, man. I don't feel like talent don't win games. Talent don't get you nowhere, man. It's all about how close the team is and how energetic, how confident that team is. Everybody in the league, Phil, everybody got good players. It's all
Yeah.
about that camaraderie in that building, and that starts with the head coach and the quarterback, in my opinion.
And this Broncos defense, man, it's one of the best
Yeah,
defenses in the NFL. I
yeah,
was going to ask you, the Broncos have this long history of outstanding cornerbacks. You're part of that lineage there. Now it's PS2 there, has
yeah.
3 interceptions this season. What do you like about his game?
Man, he's just so mature, man. It looked like he came out the womb ready to play cornerback, man. It's what I want my son to be. He looked like he learned little DB lessons along his whole life, and now he's 23, 24, or whatever years old, and is here now. He got the confidence. He's been doing it. I just love the confidence that he played with, man. He got the technique. I love his technique. Uh, I think when you got a guy like that on your defense, it's almost like having a Bo Nix on offense. A guy where if y'all got a big time receiver, he'll go handle him, man. By him just saying, I'll go guard him, I feel like that injects confidence in the rest of the team. Like, yeah, that's our leader. He got y'all guy, and that we gonna stop the run, and it all falls in place, man. So if you want to have a big time defense, I think it starts with a real pass rush. We definitely doing that. We second in the league in sacks. And it starts with an outside corner who could take away your main guy. We got that. So we going in the right direction. I love what the Broncos defense is doing right now.
You mentioned like he's been groomed to do this his whole life. Does
Yeah.
having a father like who played in the league and then now you with your kid like that makes a difference, right? I mean, like right from the jump, you're
Huge
working on
difference.
little things.
Huge difference, man. If you would see these guys, the size of these 12-year-olds, you got to be 12. You got to be 12, I think, before like July 1st, right, Phil? So if you turn 13 July 15th, you good. You still can play 12U football. So my son, he turned 11 in April, but he got to play 12U football. So he's playing against some of these guys is 13. Some of these receivers is my height, Phil. My son come right here. So I'm like, you can't really high point balls with them. It's little stuff. You got to learn how to aggressive, act like you playing the ball and grab arms and make us go to the ground. I call it an aggressive finish. And it's just little stuff like that. You would be amazed how many faves my son broke up this year just because he learned how to aggressive finish. He's not tall enough to play this ball. So he just jumped with him, grab arms and everything. We fall to the ground and it's an incomplete pass. So it's just little stuff like that, man. You learn along the way that I'm sure Pat learned along the way. And now he's super comfortable doing it, and it translates in the NFL.
You mentioned his technique and all these little things. When I watch him, like he looks so smooth out there. How
Yes,
do you describe that? I mean, he just always is like in the right. It doesn't look like he's trying that hard.
because his technique is he knows what he want to do. Is you call man coverage. Sometimes he might play an outside leverage, force you to go inside undercut. Sometimes it might be 3rd and 3. He got to play an inside leverage. He wants you to, if you're gonna catch anything, you better throw this bomb. He's taking away everything else. So he's just so technical sound. And when you're technically sound like that, it makes you look like you're just playing so smooth. I remember myself, I was not technically sound probably until Raheem Morris, until I learned some technique at Tampa Bay when I got to the league. Like, if you look at my college film of me pressing, I look like a left tackle. Like I'm out here kick sliding inside because I didn't really have good coaching. I didn't have a guy who told me how to play man coverage the right way. Or when the receiver gets in tight, it's a certain way. We call it shade technique that I learned in the NFL. I learned under Joe Woods while I was at the Bucks. While I was at the Broncos. So, that's my 7th, 8th year in the league. And I'm still learning new techniques where if you have a guy like my son, like PS2, who did this stuff already, you kind of come in knowing those techniques already. And of course, it can get polished up, it can get better. But when you come in with technique, man, you just look completely different than the average cornerback.
You mentioned your college career there. Certainly in Colorado and really in all of college football, Travis Hunter has been,
Yes.
so popular. You played offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about what Travis is doing? And do you wish you played a little more offense?
Man, I wish I could have played a little more offense. I think what he's doing stamina wise and just endurance wise is unheard of. You got to be a certain type of guy to do that, Phil. I wasn't that type of guy. You can't partake in off the field extracurricular stuff like drinking and smoking and stuff like that because you just won't have the capacity. You won't have the endurance to do it. Like I wanted to play offense all the time, but once we got off the field on 4th down, I was on my way to the bench to sit down and rest. I didn't have the energy to tell coach, "Hey, put me in, put me in." So, every once in a while, back in the day in college, man, them there had me plays set up, and they asked, "Hey, you good? You good? All right." We just had a 3 and out or something, so I'm good this possession. they'd throw me a couple fades or some screens or something like that. But to do it every play and play 150, 160 plays a game, man, that's unheard of, man. You gotta be sleep. You gotta get your rest. You gotta be sleep at 9 o'clock, getting 9, 10 hours of sleep every night, starting Monday, because what you do Monday through Friday is gonna be you on Saturday.
Mhm.
So you just gotta do all the little things. And man, I'm just amazed in how mature he is to be able to do all those little things. And I think if once he do get drafted, I think he'll be able to do the same thing in NFL, Phil, honestly. Because the only thing that stopped guys like myself, I can speak for myself, what stopped me from being able to play both ways? It was just my endurance. I could do it. Like I can run routes and catch passes on y'all. I got the talent to play it, but I don't have the discipline. I don't have the endurance to be in shape to do it. He's built for it. He did it in high school. He did it in college. Man, if you could do it in college, I feel like you can do it in the NFL. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm for him to change the game. Certain guys come in and they change the game. I think he's going to be one of these guys who come in and change the game.
For sure. I mean, how do you pay a guy like that? Because, like there's
Exactly.
incentive for him to want to play wide receiver, obviously. But,
Yeah.
if he could do both, man, like you're right. He is going to change the game, right?
He's going to change the game. I think Travis Hunter going to go to the league. He's going to play both. He's going to get paid like he's playing both, right? So regular
Mhm.
guy get 100 mil. He going to get 200 mil because he's playing two positions. Then know what's going to happen next, Phil? It's going to be a defensive line, a left tackle who's pretty athletic. Like, hey, I could play D tackle too. And
Mhm.
then it's going to change the game. It's going to be a ton more of Travis Hunter's guys who play a legitimate amount of snaps on both sides of the ball, and that's going to be the new norm.
People are going to be like, oh, he can't do it in the NFL because these are grown men. Like, come on. But you
Right.
think he can, though, huh?
I think he can, man. It's your body is at a certain level when you're in college. Everybody else is at that same level.
Yep.
If you could do it on this level, I mean, why wouldn't you be able to do it when you get older? I mean,
Yep.
it's different, man. I had games at DB where I touched the ground like two times. Like
Felt fresh.
it wasn't, yeah,
Yep.
it wasn't real physical at corner. You know what I'm saying? Now, offense
Mhm.
guys gonna tackle you. You're gonna have to block and stuff. So, I mean, I had games. He could control it. I feel like
Um,
it's within his control. He's been doing it so long at this point, man. He know how to tackle good. He know how to not take real hits on offense. If your body can hold up in college, these are young men as well. And you might play a lot more plays in college. You play a ton of plays in college. So I feel like if you could do it in college, man, it's not the grown man, it's not the talent that won't allow you to do it. It's just how you carry yourself. Is your stamina? Is you going to keep up with your body? And he's already in going in that direction right now. He's already in tune and doing that. So I don't see why he wouldn't be able to do it.
I know you had the skills. Obviously, when the ball was in your hand, you were sniffing that end zone for sure. I saw this week Bill Belichick was talking about how you defended the Hail Mary. Because obviously that play last week, Washington and Chicago was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like more people are converting on these Hail Marys. What was your mindset out there when you were trying to defend a Hail Mary?
I was trying to aggressive finish, and whoever like was the guy who I thought had the best chance of catching it, like Gronk or the bigger receiver who had the best chance. I was trying to really just grab him and bring him down. I don't care
Hmm.
about the ball. I don't care about that. I'm
Yep.
trying to jump and make it look like I'm playing the ball, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to grab him and make sure he don't catch the ball. That main guy. So everybody got a job though. Some guys got to get in the back and block out. So what happened in Washington don't happen. A tip ball and it's just a guy back there by himself. Everybody got to do their job. So I think nowadays, man, it's social media. If you pick that ball, you're going to post it. So a lot of guys is not doing their job. They're trying to go get interceptions and things like that so they could post. I mean, we did the same thing back in the day, but I don't know. I don't know what it is, Phil, man. You see a lot more of them converting, but I think it's all, if I had to say something, I'd say it's guys just not doing their job.
Yeah, I mean that DB was like talking with the with the crowd,
Yeah, yeah,
the,
he
the
had it
play's
all
happening.
bad.
I mean, man, come on, man.
It's all bad, man. It's all bad. I bet he's not on social media this week.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, this Broncos team has a tough test going up against the Ravens this week. A guy
Yeah.
like Lamar Jackson, man, like such a threat, dual threat there, to throw the ball, run the ball. How do you try to start defending him?
I think you gotta take one of them away, man. You gotta wherever you feel comfortable. If you want Lamar to throw the ball around all day, then you load that box and try to stop Derrick Henry. Or if you like, man, we want to take away this pass, we don't want him tearing us up in the middle of the field, then I feel like you take away that pass and you just lean on them trying to stop the run with a light box. So it's all about picking your poison, man. You're not going to shut those guys out. So I think you got to pick one. If it was me, I think you just stop the run first. You load that box. You stop Derrick Henry. You try to stop Lamar from running the ball, and you make him throw the ball 30 plus times. I feel like if he's throwing the ball 21 or 17 to 21 times, that means they running the ball super good, and all those half of those are play action passes. So I feel like you got to get him up in those 30s. You got to get him throwing the ball a lot. That means you stopping the run. That's your best chance to beat those guys.
As a DB, it was always worse facing a guy like Lamar who could do anything out there.
As a DB, man, I don't know. I wouldn't say the linebackers. Now y'all got to deal with the pass and not a quarterback's running. That's more the linebacker situation.
Mm.
For us, it's worse when we got Paytons and Tom Brady's who throw money balls and they know exactly what we in. And before I can even come out my break, he already threw the ball. That's what DBs don't like. So
Okay.
I mean, Lamar throw the ball well. I think he throw the ball pretty good, but not like Tom and not like those guys. I'm not saying
Hmm.
he's a bad passer, but he's just not those guys. That's not the strength. He'll really work the middle of the field. And like you said, if it get off schedule, he could use his legs. That's more defensive line, linebacker problems. It make us cover a little bit longer, but now you can hold and grab once he get out the pocket. We can use our hands and stuff. So it affects us. But I feel like as a DB, we'll probably rather play a Lamar style than a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning,
Uh,
Mahomes style.
Interesting. Okay. Can you explain this guy, Derrick Henry? I mean, ninth season, he's leading the
Man,
league in rushing, 946 yards on the ground already. I mean, how's he do this?
man, it's he get his body ready for the beating, man. If you watch it, if you really watch it too, he takes a beating, man, because guys always try to hit him low. Sometimes he try to defend himself low, and then it make him get hit up top hard because he don't want his knees to get caught. Man, it's a unicorn, man. He's a lineman playing running back for real. So he's a super tough tackle. Then they just got a huge team. The
Hmm.
the Ravens got a huge team, man, and they bullies out there, man. So you got bullies up front, then your back is a bully as well. That's super tough to defend. So I mean, he just do a great job taking care of his body, and he always ran with that mentality. That's how he got to Alabama. He's been doing it since high school. So he's just a monster out there, man. He's been the best back in the league for a while now, and he just proven that hey, you spend that money on your body, take care of your own body, hey, your body will take care of you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that he's a beast. You see him
Yeah,
posting those workout videos, during the summer. I mean,
exactly,
it's crazy. Um,
exactly.
well, I feel like we're going to know a lot more about this Broncos team here. They're playing the Ravens this week, the Chiefs the next week. But at 5-3 at this point, Akib, you think that they got a shot at the playoffs here?
I think they definitely do. If you middle of the pack in takeaways, interceptions, and you lead the league in sacks, hey, that's the formula right there on defense, man. We getting the quarterback down, we taking the ball away, and on offense, we about middle of the pack at every category, man, and we getting better. It's we trending up. So I think so, man. You look at the AFC is tough, but we ahead of the game right now. We got some big games coming up, man. We knock off a couple of these teams on the back end of this schedule. I feel like we can do it. Sean Payton is the ultimate competitor. He didn't get in this thing to just compete. He came in to make the tournament and really have a shot at it. That's what type of guy he is. And when you get everybody else to lean on that, and buy into that, you would be amazed what you could do. Like, who thought we would lead the league in sacks? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who thought Bo Nix had the most touchdown passes in October out of all the rookies? Who thought he'd be the best rookie quarterback in the league right now? So, I mean, we got something going, man, and we 5-3. We're trending in the right direction. It's going to take a couple big wins late in the season to get us there, but I definitely think we can get there.
You think Bo maybe he's got a shot at this Rookie of the Year thing? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Jayden, of course, is playing great. Caleb's in the mix,
yeah.
but Bo, like you said, right now he's at the top.
It's gonna be about the finish, Phil. It's never about the start. It's never about September and October. It's gonna be about what you do November, December, and it's gonna be a race. I think it'll be a two-man race. Jayden and Bo, they kind of running. I think Caleb started off hot, but he kind of dying out a little bit. I don't think he'll be in the race at the end. It'll be Jayden. It'll be Bo, and Bo looking good right now, man. Sean Payton got him going, man. He using his legs, scrambling. I wish he would scramble to throw a little bit more.
Mhm.
And that's probably something that you see that on Monday. Like, see, look, you scrambling to run here, but look at your guys. That's something you could work on as the season go. But I definitely think it's a neck and neck race right now between him and Jayden. I think he definitely has a chance to get that Rookie of the Year.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Thanks, Aqib. All right, we're going to do a segment here. It's called Phil's Five. I ask you 5 questions here about you. The first one is, who is your favorite athlete growing up?
Favorite athlete growing up was Deion Sanders, cornerback, played a little receiver, just explosive, high confidence, high energy guy. And anytime I was young and I just was, I'm him. I used to always be Deion Sanders. So Deion Sanders definitely.
I feel like locker rooms need a personality like that, right, Aqib? Like you certainly brought that edge and that personality to the
Yep,
Broncos locker rooms. Dion, of course. Good teams need guys kind of like that, right?
they do, man. It's like because it's almost like it's like a fight, right? This group of guys fighting this group of guys, and then if this group of guys kind of walk up, kind of quiet, and it don't really work like that. But if you have one guy like, hey, who y'all best fighter? I'll beat him up. Then your other guys kind of be like, all right, yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
breed that confidence. You keep hearing me talk about that confidence, man, but
Hmm.
that confidence is everything in sports, definitely in football field. So that guy like Deion Sanders, just his energy, his confidence, his no fear in him at all. It's kind of how I was. When you got a guy like that, it kind of rubs off on the rest of the team, and it kind of alleviates that fear in everybody's heart. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you got to have a guy like that on your team, mandatory.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Who is your favorite teammate from your career?
Oh, my favorite teammate from my entire career. That's tough. I got a
I,
few of them, man. I got a
okay.
few of them, but I say I say TJ Ward is one of my favorite teammates, man. He just me and him got the
Same
same
DNA.
yeah, we got the
Yeah.
same what's the word I'm looking for? The when you find the stuff that we find funny and like
Yeah.
what it's
Your
called,
humor.
what
Your
word?
humor.
My humor. We got the
Yeah.
same humor. We got the same jokes almost. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh huh.
and we grew up a lot of the same ways and stuff like that too. So TJ Ward definitely that's definitely one of my favorite teammates growing up.
For sure. For sure.
I mean
I
in the
can
league
definitely
since I
see
played.
that.
Yeah.
Who's the best opponent you faced?
The best opponent I faced is I say Calvin Johnson. A lot of battles with Calvin Johnson and just Monday through Friday, what I did to get ready for Calvin Johnson was second to none, man. I tried everything I could to get ready for him. Then I saw him in the game, and he was better than I seen on tape. So, man, a lot of good battles, ups and downs going against Calvin. But I definitely say Calvin Johnson.
Okay, I like it. I think I know the answer to this one, but best team you were on.
Best team I was on, oh Broncos, man, definitely that Super Bowl Broncos team, man. It was a super confident team, and it was a real team. I'm talking about like a real team. It started in OTAs, man. We hung out at any time you can go over to Von Crib. It was 15, 20 guys over there, man. gift giving in the locker room, man. Guys get packages, share with everybody. It was just like
Mhm.
a real college vibe in the NFL locker room. So it wasn't surprising that we won the Super Bowl because that's how you win a Super Bowl. You got to be a real team.
Mhm. Any good Peyton Manning stories you can share?
PM, man, I say probably one of my favorite PM, just how he operate and stuff. Boom, I got a text on my phone, like boom, long paragraph, like, hey, we going to the casino here, whoop, whoop. Hey, if don't send it, big capital letters, don't send this text to anybody. If you didn't get this text, you're not invited. So keep it amongst yourself and woo woo woo. So we get to the casino. Payne got the whole thing rented out. Wes Welker in there having a great time. So man, just how he moved, man, type of teammate he was. Uh, it was second to none, man. We just he's way more of a locker room guy than you would expect.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like he sent you a text message and it was like only guys who are on the team are allowed to be at this. That allows you
Exactly.
to sort of relax a little bit, like you're in a
Yeah,
safe spot, right? Yeah.
exactly, man. Just let you just hang out and chill. You just know, like, and then he just wanted to create that camaraderie. Like, we don't need all the outside people, man. Just if you got this text message, you come by yourself and boom, you get there. It's like 40 guys, not the whole team, but it's like 40 guys on the team, and it's just us in there. And it was a great time, man. He did that a few times. So just how he moved, man, it's just a great guy, man. He gonna make sure that we got that vibe.
And when you got to Denver, you right away you were like, oh yeah, we got it with him. I
Oh man,
mean,
I knew the year before we just lost to Denver in the what AFC Championship, so
uh,
I knew it was a good team over there. I just studied the team to the max, and then I mean once they offered me a contract, I got over there and I see the other guys we bringing in. I was like, oh yeah, this. I thought we was gonna do it the first year, so I'm like, oh yeah, this definitely a Super Bowl caliber team. But I think that first year we still was filling each other out. We still was building that camaraderie. Once the off season started, or that the second year we was there, once April came and we went through April, May, June, we all knew like, okay, that off season was so competitive going against DT and E and those guys. We was
mhm.
like, okay, this is a real opportunity right here.
Oh man, I love those stories. I can't believe that the 10-year anniversary is coming up next year. I mean, it's crazy how time.
Wow.
I know.
That'll be a time. That's gonna be a great time. That's gonna be a great time. I can't wait, Phil.
Okay, and then the last one here is what's a favorite lesson that you've learned from any coach during your football career?
Favorite lesson is probably from Wade Phillips, and he had a saying that I use with my guys right now, and it's your will to prepare has to be just as important as your will to win. So meaning how bad everybody want to win, right? You got to be willing to prepare just as hard. You got to be like, oh, I can't wait to watch this tape, and I feel like that really grew on me as my career went on, and hey, it made me who I am today, man. I really turned to a junkie, a football junkie, and film junkie, and I really prepared myself. Now I'm coaching 12U football, and I'm watching film while the kids are preparing myself, and I'm telling you, it's the same way. So the will to prepare has to be just as important as your will to win, and I think that was one of the best things that I learned from a coach. Shout out Wade Phillips.
Man, Wade was awesome, man. Like I always
That's my
was.
guy.
It's amazing how like someone like him at his age could connect with a team like you guys, man. Like, but there was like a serious bond there, huh?
Yeah, it was. He was just a real honest guy, and
Mhm.
the amount of football that he's seen and coached, and you just respect them so much because when he tell you like, hey, they gonna do this, they always do it. They gonna do this, we gonna do this, and this gonna happen. It happened so many times, Phil. He just was like a philosopher of football, man. You respect him so much, and he's so outgoing and kind hearted. He's the perfect coach, man. He know how to get to the players. He know how to be serious when it's time to be serious, and his track record just gonna make you believe everything he say, man. So I love
Yeah.
playing for Coach Wade Phillips.
I remember during the Super Bowl week there, you gave him your chain, your jewelry, and
Yeah,
we were having fun with that, man. That was
yeah,
so much
yeah.
fun, man. That was a
Great
special team.
personality, man. He got
Yeah.
he got a great personality.
Okay, and then the last one before we say goodbye here, some career advice from you, Aqib, to somebody maybe this is their last year in the game. They're wondering what they're going to do next. You've had some success here after football. You're coaching.
Yep.
You're doing media here. What's some advice? Because I imagine it's hard that first fall when you're not, playing football.
Yeah, it is. I would definitely say when you feel yourself getting to the end of your career, man, start now. Just whatever it is. If you want to do media, start taking the classes and just try to get into it. Don't wait till you're done to say, okay, what am I going to do next? Kind of start it, man. We act like we super busy, but man, we have a bunch of time. We work in January, February, we off. March, we off. In April, we get off work at 11:30 a.m. May, June, 11:30 a.m. July, we basically off. So, I mean, you got plenty of time to work on yourself. So, real estate, man, definitely check out real estate. Try to find you a great plug or a great connect in real estate. Not the guys who gonna hit you with a bunch of fees and you barely make money. You gotta find like a real person who really in it, a developer.
Mm-hmm.
Find the developer and just try to find. All of us live in great neighborhoods, right? Just ask the questions and see who is the developer of this city or something. If you send him an email or reach out to him, I'm sure he'd love to have a dinner with you and he'd love to bring you to the table. I mean, we all got money and we all kind of, big time guys. They really want to be friends with us. So just do the homework, man. Don't wait till the last minute to try to get out there. Spend January through June on yourself and try to create that path before you're done. Then you will get done. You won't even be bored. I got done. Had real estate stuff going. I had a gym going. I was dabbling in the media stuff. I was like, damn, I'm retired, but I really ain't even retired. So I was still busy. So just don't wait till the last minute, man. And real estate is huge, huge, and it's doing nothing but growing.
Yeah. Get that ball rolling, and
Get it
it sounds
rolling.
like maybe make friends with the right people. That's important, and yeah,
Exactly.
smooth transition. Well, good
Smooth
advice.
transition. That makes for a smooth transition.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, Akib, I really appreciate your time, man. It's always great catching up with you. I love your personality. I miss talking to you every day, man.
Likewise, Phil. I'll be out there for the Falcons game, so man, I'll see you
Okay.
soon.
Okay, that sounds good, Akib. Great catching up with you, man. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it, Phil. Take care.
My thanks to Aqib Talib. Always great catching up with him. And man, he's just got that personality, like I mentioned. Just so fun to talk with and very opinionated, which is perfect for media. I mean, I think that he's going to have a lot of success if he really wants to on the media side here, just because he knows how he feels about things and he says it in a way that's just so entertaining. And so I really enjoyed that conversation, and I hope you did too. As far as this Ravens game goes, man, this is going to be a tough test for this Broncos team. And I think that after a couple of weeks here where, hey, the Broncos caught the Saints without Derek Carr, they beat that Raiders team that was going through a lot of stuff with the Devontae Adams distraction off the field. They beat a Panthers team that's been struggling and not sure what's happening at the quarterback spot there. I think after playing and taking care of business like they're supposed to, this is going to be a good indicator of how far this Broncos team has come. You're going on the road. The Broncos have been really good on the road this season, but Baltimore is a tough place to play. And like Aqib said, they got a lot of bullies there. They're going to play some physical football. Derrick Henry is going to pound the rock on you. You got to be able to be on top of it tackling wise. You got to match their energy. And I think that the Broncos can do that. I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see that top offense with Lamar Jackson going against this top defense from the Broncos. That's going to be just awesome to see. And then also, hey, how is Bo Nix now that he's been getting some love, he's been getting some praise after sort of flying under the radar a little bit. Now people are aware of what he can do, and he certainly played his best game of the season going up against the Panthers last week. His feet looked calmer. He looked more poised in the pocket. When he wanted to take off, he did. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, that was a great game. How do you build off of that? What do you continue to grow and grow with? And just going up against a tough defense here with the Ravens. So I think we're going to learn a lot more. And if the Broncos somehow are able to win this one, that's going to be a tremendous measuring stick game here. I know Sean Payton this week talked about, hey, as the season goes on, these matchups become more and more important. And, no bigger one than this Ravens matchup coming up on Sunday. Really excited to see how the Broncos play in this one. And I think they can get it done, but it's going to be tough. They're going to have to play efficient football on offense. Can't be doing reverting back to those 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Can't do that. And on offense, really, I agree with Aqib. Stop the run, force Lamar Jackson to throw all over you. They made the big trade this week for the wide receiver from Carolina. So this offense is certainly capable of doing it. And it's a big game for them, too, because that AFC North is super competitive. The Steelers with Russell Wilson have been playing so well. The Bengals are going to, at some point, start clicking a little, I think. So this is a big game for the Ravens, too. So how do the Broncos match that intensity? And if they're able to do that, I think that they'll be able to pull off a win. But it is going to be really tough here. So that's my thoughts on the game. I think that they can do it, but it's going to be really tough. They're going to have to play, without a doubt, their best football this season. And, they did that last week against Carolina. Let's see if they can keep it rolling here 2 weeks in a row. Okay, let's get to our nightcap here. This is Russell's Reserve 10-year-old. This is from Wild Turkey. It's 90 proof. And this gets a lot of buzz for being a pretty good bourbon here at around the $40 mark. So you can tell that it's got sort of this light amber color, a little bit darker maybe than amber, but it's a good color. It looks like a legitimate bourbon here. If you're into hey, I want my rocks glass to really look like I'm drinking a bourbon, this is certainly that color for you. A cool bottle here. That's a nice bottle that looks good on the bar shelf. The mash bill, 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% barley. So definitely lower on the rye than I've been reviewing here the last couple of weeks. So let's open this bad boy up and get it here into my Broncos Rocks glass. I'm going to just pour a little bit here and go no rocks. So this is Russell's Reserve 10. And let's get the nose here. I'll tell you what it smells like. Definitely smells like like your traditional bourbon here. You're getting some oak, some leather. That 10-year age statement definitely coming through. Maybe a little bit of vanilla. I think you can pick up on a little vanilla here. And let's taste it. Yeah. Some maybe a little bit of caramel right off the bat, some vanilla. It tastes like your typical bourbon, I guess is what I would say. Is that tastes like, boom, right away you know that this is a traditional bourbon. Yeah, caramel, vanilla, I think. Let me do one. Yeah, the finish is warm. You pick up a little bit on the spice of the rye, but you can tell that it's been aged. There's a little bit more complexity there. Sort of a smooth finish, a long-lasting finish, and really enjoyable. I like that. That is a nice bourbon. I have to admit, this is the first time I've had Russell's Reserve 10, but it's very popular amongst people who are into bourbon, and I enjoyed that. That is a very typical bourbon that has some complexity there, and I enjoyed that. I would definitely really recommend going out and getting a Russell's Reserve 10, the 90 proof. That's right where that's like sort of like what you want, 90 or above, I think, in my opinion, at least. And yeah, you're getting your money's worth here from this Russell's Reserve 10. I really enjoyed that. So want to mention here on the podcast that the channel is growing. Got across the 1,000 subscriber mark. So thank you very much. Really appreciate that. That means now that ads can play on the channel. And so definitely really appreciate that. Still, nobody's paying me to like pick these specific bourbons. So that's me going out there and picking those all on my own. Something that I think that you'll enjoy. This one will be nice now that the weather's getting a little colder. You want that warming finish. This is going to be a good one. But I did want to say thank you very much for hitting that milestone. That was a big deal here for us at Broncos and Bourbon. So thank you very much. And thank you again to Aqib Talib for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed this conversation. If you did, please like and subscribe and continue to grow this community. I would appreciate it very much. All right, that's going to do it for us. I am Phil Milani. You've been watching Broncos and Bourbon.